Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you to the 33rd International Jazz Festival here in Detroit. My name is Emil Crawley, and I'm representing Detoit magazine. Accompanied with me today, I have the very fine bassist, Mr. Noah Jackson. Noah, how are you this evening?
Spectacular.
Now, tell me a little bit about yourself. Where you're from? Why do you play music? And why do you do it so well? Because the buzz is around me.
Well, I'm from the house streets of Detroit, Michigan, representing 7 Mile. And I got into music because I had to. Ever since I was a little kid, I was always messing around with little guitars or drums or making some kind of music in my head or in the shower or wherever. And it's amazing to think that, looking back, how all that contributed to the passion for music, because really, I kind of feel like I was meant to play. And it's not necessarily anything about, trying to impress anyone or do anything. It's just I'm trying to express myself as a person. It's the best way I can communicate to the world, to other people, of who I am as a human being. And so I try to my best to sound just like I am as a person. So I work hard every day to make my voice my instrument, or make my instrument my voice.
So throughout your life, there's pretty much been music all around you, in the home, in your neighborhood, around all of your peers as well. Would that be fair to say?
Sure, my father had an extensive LP collection, and I listened to all of his albums. His favorite genre actually is reggae, and he listens to a whole bunch of Marley and Tosh and just a whole bunch of guys. And I think just the idea of the easygoing nature of his personality and the easygoing nature of the music of reggae kind of exposed me to jazz early. And then I heard jazz from the radio stations in Detroit, and I heard jazz just all over the place. And I think I like jazz a lot just because of the vibe, very similar to the stuff I listened to as a kid.
Wow, that's amazing. You know what, growing up, too, I happen to be a saxophone player myself, and I tell you, my father, too, had LPs, and my record of choice was John Coltrane's Giant Steps, and that one, I was mesmerized by it, and I began to pick my favorite players. Who was your first influential bassist?
Well, actually, we're going to go back to my first real concert that I ever went to, my first live music concert. It happened to be when it was called Montreux Jazz Festival back in '97. And I believe Bingus Big Band was playing at that time. And from that concert, I remember buying the Bingus Big Band Blues and Politics album. And then that got me into checking out Charles Mingus. But he was the first, but wasn't the most influential until later, until I started studying the music. And I realized why I liked him, because in the off sort of way, his personality is very much like mine. Not as eccentric, but he was just not afraid to say what he had to say. And I think that influenced a lot of how I approached the music when I got to study it.
So, can I ask you a personal question? What's on your iPod?
A lot of stuff. I actually went to the record store the other day. I got some Monk with his big band collection, actually. He had a big band over at Lincoln Center back in '63, and had a whole concert. It was a 2-sided LP, and they couldn't fit all the music on there. But on the CD pressing, they have all the tracks. So I got that one, and I got Coltrane's Ascension.
Wow.
And then I listened to a little bit of In and Out, Joe Henderson. And for some reason, it's another Joe Henderson album, the classic one, Inner Urge. But there's a track on there that not many people really talk about, which is You Know I Care. And it happened to be a very, very catchy tune for me at this time in my life. I don't know why, but just I like the sound of that. And actually, Wayne Shorter, he's a big act this year. He's one of the big performers this year. And all of his albums stay in my iPod over the years. They just stay there. All of them. Juju, Night Dreamer, all of them.
Wow. Actually, I'm kind of jealous, man. I have some good stuff on my iPod, but not quite as extensive as intensely as extensive as yours. One of the other things I wanted to add to our listening audience, please keep in mind,
Yes.
Brother Noah will be playing when tomorrow with your own sextet. Would that be fair to say? Do I have it close to being correct?
Pretty close, actually, right on.
And tomorrow, what time do you guys start?
We play at 12:30 at the Waterfront stage.
Well, I look forward to being there, but I personally want to thank you for your time and what should we see you doing tomorrow and in your future with music. What are you doing next?
Well, there's a lot of big things happening. I play with South African piano player Abdullah Ibrahim, and I'll be traveling with him to South Africa in November. And I'm currently getting my band that I'm playing with tomorrow, getting them ready to get in the studio for next year. And we're gonna do some big things with that, and we're gonna make some history together.
Wow, I'm excited for you. Listen, with that, I want to thank you for your time. It's a tremendous, tremendous pleasure. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, this is Emil alongside Mr. Noah Jackson, bassist extraordinaire. Thank you so much for tuning in with decodemag.com. I hope you do well, but enjoy the 33rd International Jazz Festival. Thank you so much.